So you believe in, what is your background?
Caribbean, Black Caribbean.
So are you Christian, Muslim? Christian. So you believe there is God and God is perfect?
Yeah. I feel like he's made mistakes, but he's like, what's it called?
Regret.
He's regret them, and he's like made them like, I don't know how to say it, like he's made them.
That doesn't make any sense to say God make mistakes, because when you make mistake of something due to your lack of knowledge or lack of wisdom,
Yeah.
okay, that's why when you make mistake, because you make mistake because you didn't have the knowledge of how to do it.
Yeah.
But God's knowledge is perfect.
Yeah.
Or sometimes you have the knowledge but you don't have the wisdom,
Yeah.
so you do something but it's not the right time.
Yeah.
So likewise, so when you look to God, he has a perfect knowledge, perfect wisdom. That's why he's not imperfect and he does not make no mistakes. However, what you're saying is in the Bible. In the Bible, God regrets for choosing Saul as a king because he made mistake. That's clearly regretting is a mistake. That's why we say yes, Jesus was a mighty messenger. Jesus was a true Messiah. However, the writers of the Bible, they corrupted the true teaching of Jesus. They mixed the truth with the falsehood. Clearly the Bible, or the writers of the Bible, they were affected by the pagan Romans. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like when you look at the Bible, especially the New Testament, Jesus never knew about it.
Yeah.
Jesus never knew about Paul, Mark, Luke, John, Matthew's Gospels. He never carried them and he was teaching. No, he was teaching from the revelation that God has given him.
Yeah.
If you accept that, you accept, yes, it's true, the Bible has been changed. The Bible, you can see there is imperfection even about God. For example, the Old Testament, God commanding Saul to kill children and babies for something happened 500 years. That's not the teaching of God. God will not tell you to commit oppression, injustice. You understand? So what we have to understand that, look, if this is the case, yeah, you know, there's a temptation, and we have to understand we are here for a purpose. We're not here like animals, just eat and drink. Even animals has a purpose, to eat and drink and do something else. But our purpose is greater than that. That's why God favored us by giving us something, the intellect, the sound reasoning. So before that, if this is the case, therefore the most wise God, the merciful God, will not leave us with the corrupted teaching. Do you agree with that? He will clarify the truth to us.
Yeah.
Correct? That's why God, one of the reasons, one of the wisdoms, he sent the Prophet Muhammad with the Quran. The Quran is perfect, never been changed, memorized by children, millions of children, let alone the Muslim scholars. You cannot check if something's been memorized by millions of people.
It can't be changed.
It cannot be changed. That's what I'm saying. For example, the alphabet A, B, C, D. Everyone know A, B, C. I can change it by writing. I say A, O. But someone says no. All of us say A, B, C. That's why the way we got the Quran is by memorization. Not just we found the old manuscript in the hole and we start dusting it out and we believed in it, even though we don't know the writer, if he was a liar, truthful, was the honest person. So when we look to the teaching of Islam, look, there's one God, send the prophets. Every prophet and messenger came to call people to worship God, not to pray to Mary, not to pray to Jesus, not to pray to Prophet Muhammad, because they are creatures like us. Yes, Jesus, Prophet Muhammad, Moses, they were favored over us because God chose them as a prophet of God. You see how Islam makes sense? Islam goes in line with your sound reasoning. You already believe there's one God. You already believe we should worship God alone. When it comes to the Quran, that's what the Quran teaches. When it comes to the Bible, God, someone has to die for your sins, Jesus is God, became a baby. That doesn't make any sense. Literally, it does not exist in the reality. You understand? What do you know about Prophet Muhammad?
I don't really know much because I learned a lot about it in school, but we didn't learn
In detail.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, the reason we believe Prophet Muhammad is a true messenger, look, the proof for that, his prophecies, the miracle of the Quran. Likewise, his biography. When you study his biography, clearly you see this man must be a true prophet of God. Cannot be a liar. Because why? You know when someone claims to be a prophet, yeah? When someone claims to be a prophet, either he's lying or he's deluded or he's crazy. But when you study the biography of Prophet Muhammad, clearly he's a sound man and he's an honest man. Let me give you a prophecy that Prophet Muhammad said. He said about a man will be punished because he will make up a lie. In the same morning his lie will reach far east, far west. Far east, far west, yeah? Back in those days, because Prophet Muhammad existed 1,000 years ago, or 1,400 years ago, alayhi salam, yeah? Back in those days, it is impossible for someone to make up a lie and his lies will reach far east, far west in the same morning. It's impossible. That will never happen. However, now we can see what Prophet Muhammad said is true. What you can do, make up a lie, put it on Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, and it will go everywhere. So how man that lived 1,400 years ago came with something which we can observe. Also, what distinguishes Islam from any religion, from any way of life, Islam came to prohibit 5 things. And these 5 things are destroying societies. For example, first one, worshipping a false god. When you worship false god, you're already committing oppression. And based upon that oppression, you're going to commit another oppressions. You see, that's why you see gambling is okay in this country, alcohol is okay, fornication is okay, adultery is okay, interest is okay, and these 5 things is destroying the society individually and collectively. Islam comes to warn against it. That's why Islam is good for individuals and for society. So how come some people don't like Islam? Because those who doesn't like Islam, either they are ignorant or they want to make money out of people by selling drugs to them, alcohol, interest, and so on. What do you think what I said so far? Does it make sense?
I feel it makes like perfect sense, and like now I understand like religion more, I feel, than like I did in school. Like I feel now like this talk, it was like it's way better than what I'm learning in school, because it's teaching me more than what my teachers are teaching me. Because,
No
like,
doubt. No doubt, you know, and there's the beauty of Islam, you know. Islam, look, we believe all the prophets, they were Muslims.
Yeah.
What does Muslim? Muslim mean to submit yourself to God and to worship Him according to His teaching.
Yeah.
When you look to the Prophet Muhammad, Jesus, Moses, Abraham, we love all of them and we defend them. If we see is anyone insulting Prophet Jesus, Moses, we defend his honor, because those prophets, they are brothers. All of them were sent by the same God. And what we have to understand, you never know where you're going to die. How many people leave their house, they never come back? How many people won't sleep, they never wake up? So this stuff is a test. And Allah mentioned in the Quran that the death that you try to run away from surely will meet you and you will turn back to your Lord. That's why when we look to the justice of Islam, we believe that God will not judge, God will not punish anyone until the truth has been clarified to them. The Quran comes to correct the true teaching of the lies that was attributed to God or to the prophets before. That's why look, in the Old Testament, Prophet Lot, you know Prophet Lot? Lot,
I think so.
the one who came to the people, they were like gay. Yeah, what they call them, Sodom and Gomorrah. Yeah, Sodomite. He came to them. Yeah, that prophet in the Old Testament, they said he slept with his own daughters. We don't believe that. We believe he was a righteous man. He was a pure man. They believe in the Old Testament, they said Prophet Noah, he was naked and so on. We don't believe that. He got drunk. No. So when we look at the Quran, it gives you guideline, perfect guideline. That's why we're here to invite you to Islam. If it makes sense to you, is it clear to you, you should accept Islam. Because Islam is a true teaching of the Most High. The Most High never said to us, follow Paul, Mark, Luke, John. Those guys, we don't even know their real life. There are people who make up anything about Jesus. And we cannot trace the teaching of Jesus, but we can trace the teaching of Prophet Muhammad. We can trace the teaching of his companions. Because why? As I've said, the Muslims, they made sure to protect the teaching of the Prophet Muhammad, you know, in a perfect manner. If it makes sense to you and it's clear to you, what is stopping you to become Muslim and accept the truth? Look, Islam is simple. There's one God. We believe prophets and messengers, Moses, Abraham. We believe based upon God's mercy and justice, He sent prophets and messengers to guide mankind. Like we believe the Injil, which God gave to Jesus, the Torah to Moses. Also we believe the angels, like Gabriel, the angel Gabriel. We believe also that everyone's going to die and they will be brought back to life for judgment. We believe everything takes place by God's permission. We believe that all the prophets and messengers, that's the 6 pillars of faith, what you believe in your heart. Then the 5 pillars. First one, to testify there is no one worthy of worship except Allah, Muhammad the messenger of Allah. Let me make it clear to you. If I give you £2 million, I said, no, JJ, you're a nice guy, you're a smart guy, yeah. I have $1 billion, I'm a trillionaire. I'm gonna give you £2 million as a gift. What would you say to me at least? Would you not thank me?
Yeah, I would.
Would you remember me all the time? Would you not remember me all the time?
I would.
£2 million is a big money, bro.
Yeah.
It's a big money. Okay. And now I will give you £2 million on a condition, give me your 2 eyes. Would you do that?
Oh no.
No, go. You see why? Because your eyes is more valuable than anything else. So why we are not grateful and thankful and remember the one that gave us eyes for free?
Yeah.
You see, that's the first part of the testimony to become Muslim. Mean I should worship my Creator. I should be grateful to Him. I should worship Him, follow His teaching. Second one, if you want to buy a gift for your mother, are you gonna buy a gift that you love or your mother love?
That my mom loves.
That's why if you want to worship the Creator, you should worship Him the way He loves, not the way you love, because the way He loves is objective. The way we love is subjective. That's why the God, the Creator, Allah, send the prophets and messengers to teach us the objective way to worship Him. That's the first thing. Then you start praying and you give charity. As like I said, the legislation of Islam is perfect for you and for society. Does it make sense? Do you have any question?
No.
Okay. I invite you to become Muslim. Why don't you become Muslim?
I probably will, like, in the future I will.
You said your friends are Muslim as well, yeah?
How do you know? How do you know that? Okay, if it makes sense to you. Like, remember what I said to you? If I give you £2 million, salam alaikum. Alaykallah, barakallah fik. If I give you £2 million, you're not gonna say no. In the future, I will thank you. You will thank me. If it makes sense to you and you believe it's a truth and it makes perfect sense, accept the truth. Prophet Muhammad told us when someone wants to become a Muslim, Satan will try to put barriers in front of him. My wife, she's a revert. My wife should become Muslim. She became Muslim when she was 14. You understand? So if it makes sense to you, accept Islam now. Then you learn step by step, because you never know when you're going to die. Because what you're going to say is in your heart. Yes. What is it? I bear witness there is no one worthy of worship. Pay attention. I bear witness there is no one worthy of worship except Allah. And I bear witness Muhammad the messenger of Allah. If you believe it makes sense to you and it's clear, you should profess it. Yes.
I'm just listening.
Yeah.
Just going to trust what you say.
Yeah. You can. Yes. If it's clear to you, because why? Are you guaranteed to live tomorrow? Are you guaranteed to live tomorrow?
No.
No. Nothing is guaranteed in this life except death. So it's better off to go with the key, to testify what you believe, and start connection and relationship with your Creator the way He wants it to be. So I'm saying it makes sense, clear. If you want to learn how to drive a car, would you learn inside the car or outside the car? Inside the car. You understand, JJ? So likewise, it's better off to take the key. And I always give this example. Imagine you have a cake and you eat all of it at once. What will happen to you?
You probably feel sick.
Sick, and you vomit. In order to feel the sweetness of the cake, you take it bit by bit.
Yeah.
Likewise, Islam.
You got like sample it. Yeah.
That's it. If the foundation is clear, accept it, then step by step learn. And you have a friend, a Muslim, can teach you more and more. But it's better off to walk away as a Muslim, someone who accept the Creator, and that is the greatest purpose, wisdom behind us being here. We're not trying to put pressure on you or something. What we say to you, that's why I keep saying, if it makes sense to you, say, yeah, it makes perfect sense to me, and it's a clear, and I believe it's a perfect and it's truth. Then that's why we tell you. Imagine you love your mother, and you do love your mother. Are you gonna tell her, give me time to say I love you, or you gonna say it?
I'm gonna say it.
You understand? That's it. If you believe it's the truth and it makes sense to you, then profess it in front of us. Then you become a Muslim, and you have brothers in Islam, you have sisters in Islam, and you have friends that help you to learn. Two testimony. There is no one worthy of worship in truth except Allah, Muhammad the messenger of Allah, and that will change your life. So that, you know, when you say this statement, you feel the relief. All the sins will be forgiven. Say Ash.
Ash.
Hadu.
هدو
ألا
ألا
إله
إله
إلا
إلا
الله
الله
وأشهد
أش هدو
أن
أنا
محمدا
محمد
رسول الله.
Allah.
I bear witness
I bear witness.
there is nothing
There's nothing
worthy of worship, worthy
worthy of worship
in truth
in truth
except Allah.
except Allah.
And I bear witness
I bear witness
that Muhammad
that Muhammad
is the last messenger
is the last messenger
and the servant of Allah.
and the servant of Allah.
Alhamdulillah, brother. Now you see, you said it, Alhamdulillah. Now you're a Muslim, mashallah. You see, your life is easy. He's a revert. You understand?
Remember me?
You came early on.
Yeah. One problem.
1 second, I'm speaking to him.
Oh.
I have respect. Just 1 second, yeah.
Sure.
But Alhamdulillah, brother, I'm very happy for you. Wallah is a big blessing, bro. You know, you went back to your original state. I was encouraging you because I get a reward when you become a Muslim. And look, I'm not asking you for money because Jesus, Moses, Abraham, Noah, Jacob, Prophet Muhammad, all of them when they came to the people to call them to worship God, they never asked for money. Do you know why? Because the reward with God is better than anything else. And Prophet Muhammad said when a person becomes Muslim, all his sins forgiven. But remember, there will be a lot of temptation around you. Try to divert you from what you've been, from the true, from the guidance, from the straight path. You have to focus. You have your friend the Muslims, tell them to help you more. Are you deliver in the area? Yeah, we have a mosque here, we have classes, you know. If you want to come join us in our classes, I'll give you some leaflet, inshallah. I'm very happy for you, man. Wallah, you know, you said something which is, that's what you have been created for. We're not here just to waste our time. We're not here just to sleep and drink like animals. No, remember, God gave us something that differentiates us from the rest of the creatures. To think, you know, God, in the Quran, God always tells us to use our intellect, to utilize our brain. Alhamdulillah, you made it, man. You see? Let me give you some leaflet, but I don't want to keep you long. How you feel now? Alhamdulillah, you feel better. That's what I like to feel better. That's what you do.
It's the best day of your life.
Leaflet on the
Alhamdulillah.
Okay, I'll give you this one.